get public education without having to deal with the steps of being prosecuted for immigration status and asked about Social Security. However, some states are not practicing this policy and avoiding and persecuting illegal immigrants. So, according to Pew Hispanic Center, 6.8 of all K through 12 students in the U.S. have at least one undocumented parent. And also, 47% of all undocumented immigrants have less than a high school education. That is a huge problem. And so, what exactly is the extent of this problem? According to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service, about 560,000 people are affected by this problem. And one of these people is just Jose Patino, who was a DREAM Act recipient in the state of Arizona. Patino said in the USA Today story that without the DREAM Act, he would have been nothing more than a farmhand. So, now some consequences of the problem. According to Robert Pastor, a professor of international relations at American University in Washington, D.C., the problem is very big and there are some serious consequences. Pastor, in his main point, says that without giving illegal immigrants their basic rights, our country becomes unsafe. In this article, he says that if we do not give them the basic rights, these illegal immigrants are driving on the streets without driver's license and without insurance and are really causing us, our government, extra money. And he also argues that with illegal immigrants not getting their education, our job fields are becoming more unsafe and more dangerous to work in. So now that we've looked at the problem, what exactly is causing the problem? According to the University of Arizona, the cause of the problem is that the immigration system that the U.S. currently employs is 40 years old and is based on 3 pillars. The first pillar is that you can be reunited. You can get a visa into the country to be reunited with your family. A second pillar of the system is that you can get a visa to become like a doctor or something high-ranking. And the third pillar is that you can get a visa to become like a farmhand or work in the fields. And the University of Arizona article says that the first 2 are good, but the third one is not so good because it causes people to frequently immigrate into the country. And once these people are in the country, their visas expire and they happen to stay in the country. And that's where a lot of undocumented workers come from. So, and they also argue that there is an unequal treatment about how the government handles these workers after their visa expires. So, now looking towards a solution. So, according to the U.S. government, it takes about 5 years to get your citizenship. And this is after your green card is successfully approved, which could take anywhere from less than 1 year to about 2 years, or in some extreme cases, more than 2 years, like my friend Benji Fernandez, who has been here 4 years and still has yet to get his green card. So, how can this be solved? It could be solved through, and the system is not very good because it takes a lot of time and you have to do a whole bunch of applications and go through a whole bunch of government agencies to get your citizenship. So it could be solved by having one standardized application and having one agency run the citizenship process instead of having a whole bunch of different agencies working together to create the citizenship process. So the solution is that we, instead of persecuting illegal immigrants, give them their basic rights and give them their citizenship. And how can you help by getting this implemented? There are 4 ways that you can help get this implemented. The first way is to contact President Obama and his cabinet in Washington, D.C. A second way is that you can contact Governor Dayton and his offices in St. Paul. A third way to get involved is that you can contact Senators Amy Klobuchar and Al Franken in either their D.C. or Minnesota offices. And a fourth way that you can get involved is that you can talk to minority leaders and grow a better understanding. So the costs are unknown about this solution, but the results are very clear. With implementing and giving these illegal immigrants their citizenship, we will have a stronger workforce, we will have more legal workers, and we will have more people that are educated. So why does this matter? Why should you support giving illegal immigrants their legal rights? To review, this is a problem, and it's caused by unfair treatment and can be solved with government action. So how can you get involved? You can contact Governor Dayton, President Obama, your senators, and minority leaders. As UNW grows, so does our international community. So don't be so quick to judge the person sitting next to you, because you may not know where they come from.